point was is that I'm not sure if you realize, but these are the heater core hoses. You have a front heater core that's inside the dashboard for your front heat and all that other mess. And then you have a separate set of hoses that goes all the way to the back of the car. All the way back here. And it goes up. There we go. On there. And where are we at? Right here. And so you have lines to the front heater core that run full of coolant, and after your engine problem, sludge. And then you have lines that run the entire length underneath the car, all the way all through all these kinks and curves, all the way to the back here, where they go up into the driver's side of the rear part of the car. And there's actually another heater core to provide heat to the rear area, the third row seat and whatnot. So you have two heater cores in all of these lines, and there's really no way, I mean, for me to be able to guarantee that there's no sludge in there or that there's any sludge in there. Before I even started this car, Ewald, between the time I inspected it and the time I actually got it and started it, when Ewald had it, they actually did a flush. So a lot of it was already, the coolant when I started working on the car was actually green, but even so, you look in here, you can see there's some sludge right there. Same thing right there in these coolant passageways. You can see that there's sludge. So that stuff that went into your bad old engine, that made it all the way through the cooling system, into the front heater core, and down into the back heater core, and all the lines in between. And not only that, when the water pump broke, it broke off 4 pieces of the water pump impeller blade, or 4 blades on the water pump impeller. So there's 4 tiny pieces of plastic about yay big that either got flushed out when Ewald did the flush, which I doubt, because I think it would have broke their machine if 4 pieces of plastic went through there, or somewhere in this car, there are 4 pieces of plastic sitting somewhere. I flushed the radiator. I didn't find them. I flushed all the coolant hoses. I didn't find them. So either they're stuck back in these lines somewhere, or Ewald got them out when they did the first flush. I have no way of knowing that. Absolutely no way of knowing that. But either way, there is sludge that you already see in the hoses all the way back to the system. There is nothing I can do about that short of replacing every single piece of the cooling system, which obviously we're not going to do. So I would highly recommend at least 2 flushes after I'm done with all this to try to get, you know, the last little remaining bits out of here, because if this stuff gets loose into the cooling system, oil and water do not mix, and it will end up going by my brand new water pump on that side of the engine and lodging in there and having problems. So need to keep on this, make sure we flush it at least twice, maybe even more than that. Just trying to make sure that nothing happens, because I don't want to go through all this. I'm not, if this ever happens on this car again, I'm not doing it twice. We would just send it to the junkyard, because I'm not doing the same job twice. It's bad enough I might have to do it on the edge. So, yeah, problematic. At any rate, just thought I'd let you know.